Our theme is celebrating hope. So we're using mosaics to kind of symbolize that, broken shards coming together again and making something beautiful.
Welcome to Insider, the official podcast for the city of Murfreesboro. I'm Mike Browning. Our topic today is the Greenway Arts Festival, now in its 17th year here in Murfreesboro, and cultural arts, which brings us the festival and a lot more. Our guests are Susan Hicks and Lisa Browning. They're with Cultural Arts. And both of them are cultural enthusiasts, which we think a lot about with the city. We think of engineering and planning, but the arts are part of it too. It's part of Parks and Rec's department, which is fantastic. And a lot of people, are lovers of the arts and of performances. And Susan, explain to us what cultural arts is in essence.
Cultural arts encompasses a lot of different areas. We try to focus on the theater and music and, of course, visual arts. We have tons of different things going on in the city in those three areas, and it's great.
Now, some people know about the Sunshine Players in the past that has been around for a long time. You do these performances at Patterson Park. But there are some people who don't. Like, they don't realize that there are these performances. And you do how many productions a year, roughly?
We do 4 to 5 productions a year with children ages 6 to 17. The Sunshine Players has changed its name to Perform Murfreesboro about 5 or 6 years ago. And right now we're getting ready to do Annie Jr. Auditions are coming up September 14th and 15th.
And that's a really popular performance. A lot of people love that. And of course, it's a musical, so people are really into that kind of performance. When you go about creating something like that, give us an understanding of what all's involved. I mean, it starts with having auditions, and then you have to practice. There's more to it than, hey, just put people on stage.
Any performances, usually rehearsal schedules are between 6 and 12 weeks. We try to meet 3 times a week, and we go over dance, lines, and of course music, since they're musicals. And all that is encompassed in that time frame. We work on stage presence and lots of different things incorporated in that.
And when will that show be?
That show will be the weekend before Thanksgiving.
What about some of the new additions or changes to the whole cultural arts?
Coming up, we have an announcement to make. I'll go ahead and do it here. Mr. Mark Saltalamacchia will be joining us this next month, and he will actually direct Annie Jr. He is a 30-year veteran of teaching theater in high schools all across the Middle Tennessee. He's also the executive director of the Educational Theater Association in Tennessee, and we are very, very glad to have him on board. He's going to be running our Perform Murfreesboro.
That's fantastic news. And there's also visual arts within cultural arts.
Our visual arts side is fantastic. We have 3 galleries running right now. We have the Community Gallery, and we have the Rotunda Gallery, and we also have, of course, the gallery at Bradley Museum. We do tons of different visual arts classes, and we have the Laureate program, which runs through the city. We have 3 laureates this year. Amy Whitmore is our poet laureate. Cameron Mitchell is our actor laureate. And Meg Brooker is our dance laureate this year.
And Lisa, before some of these programs really got underway, like the Laureates, which is, I think, about a 3-year program, a lot of people probably didn't realize how much art is around Murfreesboro that maybe wasn't showcased, like in the Rotunda. I mean, there are a lot of really talented artists out there.
Yes, the Rotunda has been a wonderful venue for local artists. It's been around for quite a while. And a lot of locals are very surprised that it is even located right here in our city. It's a wonderful open space with a lot of light, so it's perfect.
And of course, the Greenway Arts Festival is another venue to showcase artists, and that's been going on 17 years.
Yes, 17. And we only had one that we missed with rain, and another was virtual. So we're excited about coming together and gathering once again at Old Fort Park.
And when will that be?
It'll be September 18th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
And it's usually in September, isn't it?
Yes, it's usually the 3rd week of September.
And they use the Greenway as a way to kind of showcase it, so it's along the Greenway in Old Fort Park?
Yes, at first it was actually on the Greenway. next to the water. But that really created a lot of problems as far as parking and getting the artists to set up there. So they brought it to Old Fort Park.
How many artists will be participating this year? Do you have an idea?
Yes, this year about 70, plus the arts organizations as well, and they bring several artists as well with each organization.
Any particular new artist, or maybe even talk about some of the same artists that come every year?
Yeah, so this year was a little different because we had so many new artists. So a lot of artisans have been busy at work through the pandemic, and they have a lot to show for it. I'm really proud of the work that they've put out. So we have quite a few different genres. We have, of course, our painters, acrylic, oil. We have pastel artists. We have beautiful watercolor artists now. And also metal workers, glass blowers, yes, a lot of different genres.
What about this thing I've heard, I mean, it may be new this year, I'm not sure, but it's called a special interest zone?
Yes, so I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of times you can overlook that because of all the beautiful art around the trail, but this is going to be right next to the playground. And the people who are going to be in that are the arts organizations: Rutherford Arts Alliance, Murfreesboro Art League, Smyrna Art Cooperative, and also MTSU is going to be there. They're playing a huge part in this year's Greenway Art Festival. Our theme is celebrating hope. So we're using mosaics to kind of symbolize that, broken shards coming together again and making something beautiful. And they had a display. It's going to be in that special interest zone. And they're also going to have a table. MTSU is going to have a table to engage people in the arts as a type of employment.
And the Arts Festival every year is a good place to bring your children too, right?
Absolutely. We have a children's tent that also are going to be engaged in a mosaic, paper mosaics, and a couple of opportunities to do some collaborative work.
And Susan, another aspect of the Greenway Arts Festival is performance. So
yes,
people will be able to come and enjoy not just the art, but some live performers.
Yes, we have several live performances this year. We have the Tennessee Valley Winds are coming to do with a little ensemble and going to be performing. Then we have the Pilots are performing as well, Bethany, Trainor, and Ernest, Newsom, as well as our Laureates are all going to be there performing.
Well, is there a stage for this, or do they just perform throughout the festival? Or
yes, we do have a stage set up. Then the dancers won't be on stage, but everyone else will have a time on stage to perform.
And then another aspect of it, so there's so many wonderful things that are all going on at the same time between 10 and 4 are, because I've been there before, food trucks.
Yeah, so we're going to have some entrees. We're going to have at least 3 or 4 different entrees. One of them is the Jamaican meat pies, which I thought was interesting. We're going to have desserts, shaved ice, kettle corn, and also one of our favorite things is Miss Pokey's lemonade. They have different flavors, strawberry, and it's fresh, and it's so refreshing. And so we'll have lots. If you want to make a day of it, we'll have lots to keep you from getting hungry.
And what about the thing that most people go about thinking about when they go to a festival is, how do I get in? Where do I park? What are the logistics going into the festival over at Old Fort Park?
The regular way you come in from Old Fort Highway and just come on around, and there's parking adjacent to the tennis area, both the tennis courts, and also if you follow Overall Road around behind the tennis courts, there is gobs of extra parking back there. So if you think that, oh, there's no place, I don't see any parking spaces, just follow the directional arrows. We'll have little signs that say more parking here, and you'll be able to find more.
That's fantastic. Now, an event like this where you're bringing all of these artists together from the Middle Tennessee area and you're creating a festival and you have food trucks, I mean, it takes more than one person to do that. There's got to be a lot of organizations and support to make this all happen. Are there people involved maybe behind the scenes that we don't always know about?
Oh, the maintenance department, they are the ones that pull the weight of getting the tables where they need to be, getting the tents up, helping us with the parking, and also the entire Parks and Rec staff, not just cultural arts. It's all hands on deck. And without them, I mean, they make it happen. And also the arts organizations, you know, encouraging artists, all the artists, and especially MTSU, that is really, they're going to have an art installation there that is also mosaic themed. And so we really appreciate the, just all the hands that have really played a part.
It does take a lot of people in the city to make this happen, but Lisa has done a fantastic job in bringing it all together and setting this beautiful picture for us that we can all come together and enjoy this festival.
So now we just have to really hope and pray for good weather.
Good weather, yes.
Yes.
Yes, no rain.
Because if it does, I mean, if the weather is really bad, what is the procedure that you go about?
Well, it is, if it's torrential, you know, rain, it is canceled. And we don't reschedule it, and we refund the artists. And we're very sad about that. But that's not going to happen this year.
Right. Let's hope it's a great weather day and everybody gets out to enjoy the Greenway Arts Festival and what cultural arts does. Susan Hicks and Lisa Browning, thanks a lot for joining us for this program. Appreciate it. For more information on the Greenway Arts Festival, visit the Greenway Art Festival page or by going to Parks and Rec at www.murfreesborotn.gov or simply call Parks and Rec at 615-890-5333. That's also where you can find information on Perform Murfreesboro. We've been highlighting cultural arts and the Greenway Arts Festival promoted by the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Department. The Insider Podcast originates from City Hall. Thanks for listening via Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Amazon Music Audible. You can also watch The Insider on YouTube. For more information on the City of Murfreesboro, visit www.murfreesborotn.gov. Insider is the official podcast for the City of Murfreesboro. I'm Mike Browning. Thanks a lot for joining us.